Hello YouTubers, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to look at the Atomic Shop. There's a cool new bundle, log cabin bundle, which we'll get into as you can see on the screen, which we can actually now build. It's not a preset prefab, if you will. Okay, so the first thing up is the Lumberjack bundle. I mistakenly bought the rocks, so we see that is 1500 atoms is the full price there. Okay, this comes with the TREETOP Daredevils outfit, the TREETOP Daredevils hat, the log cabin kit, the log table, the log chairs, and the rock set, which I have now the proud owner of. Okay, so let's look into it. Okay, we have the log cabin kit, which is kind of neat, especially being in Appalachia and a lot of forest areas, and people want to build log cabins. It's kind of cool. Only for 500 atoms, that looks pretty cool. Versus the prefab that we have seen in the past for probably the same price, to be honest, or more. Actually, probably 700 atoms for those, right? The Daredevils outfit, which is only 500. This is probably the lowest new outfit that I've seen or can remember, to be honest. So hopefully this is a trend. They'll start dropping these prices of these outfits. Unlikely, but I can always hope, right? So, but yeah, 500 atoms is kind of, I think, where it should be priced at. Okay, the log table, which looks really cool. It looks similar to other tables. There's a lot of sort of wooden type tables, so it probably doesn't stand out to me as much. The chairs, which are kind of cool, these look pretty cool, I think, especially with that fireplace in the background. It's kind of neat. So $250 for that. The log set, which is also $250. The hat, which is $250 to add to the bundle. And then surprisingly, or maybe not surprising, we kind of knew this was going for gold bullion, but probably no surprise that we'll start seeing these items. I mean, I called it, I said, we'll start seeing these items. People on Reddit said, no chance that's going to ever happen, but we did kind of know there were some items like the ammo machine. I mean, they kind of announced it early that those were coming to Atomic Shop, but I definitely think we'll see more items from the seasons for those people that missed them, to be honest, right? And I don't see that as a big deal. I guess if you paid to end the season, I mean, that was on you to do that because you wanted those items. But for those that didn't get to do season 1, season 2, they obviously missed out on a lot of these items. So it won't surprise me for us to see this coming to it. 500 atoms for the chicken coop. I think that's too pricey. Just I mean, it's cool. So I guess from the coolness and having a chicken coop in your camps, probably worth 500. What it does is probably not worth 500. It's generates some fertilizer, which Brahman do today. This just gives you extra fertilizer. I don't think too many people really use this. Plus with the turbo fertilizers, I think it's probably overpriced. But I mean, it is part of the seasons, and I guess if you didn't get it, then maybe it's worth the 500 atoms there, right? But anyway, it is tiny though. So as you can see, don't let the picture fool you. It is super tiny, and I'm glad they put a picture of a person because it kind of shows you the size of it. And it's kind of nice because it fits in little corners and stuff. So, when I first saw it, I thought, oh, this is too small. But actually, it's actually probably the right size. So probably not that much bigger than kind of the Brahman. I mean, obviously a little bit bigger, but kind of space-wise is kind of similar. But yeah, my call is we'll see the glass walls soon. For those guys that missed out the glass walls, I'm sure we'll see it at some point down the road, and some of the other kind of items we saw in the seasons, right? Okay, so I think the rest is just all the same. We got the quarter shelter again. They're kind of selling this as give your friends your own space, but it's really no different than building in someone else's camp. You don't get to own this. You have to join a private team to build in this. I saw some of SH content on this. I'm not too impressed. A lot of orange rooms. There's a couple orange rooms. I don't think there's anything fantastic about the shelter, but maybe the pond room or the pond area, I guess, is kind of cool, right? So anyway, so there you go. Park Ranger outfit, armor skin, 1200. burgundy chairs. There's a bunch of Valentine stuff, which is cool because again, this stuff only comes around once a year. So in my opinion, you should try to grab this if you can afford it. But let's go over it. This was stuff was from last Valentine's, but we only saw it during this time. So you're only probably going to see this once a year. So if you do want it, I would grab it if you can. I'm not going to read all of that. I'll let people read it. But yeah, I mean, as you can see, you know, Power on the Skin looks like wallpaper. Lots of wallpaper, the rug, plushies. Okay, so we got the power paint, which is also for the excavator, which is kind of cool. So that looks, I think, similar to the one we saw in Fallout, if I'm correct. Okay, the Valentine's backpack. The wallpaper. I can't tell how many, is that 3 sets of wallpaper by the looks of it? 3 or 4 sets maybe? So 1, 2, looks like 4 for 400s. It's not too bad. And the light, which is kind of cool. A little overpriced for the light, but I guess that's what they go with. The MEGASLOTH, which is kind of cool. Plushie for 300, and the heart. So there you go. Okay, let's see if there's anything else that jumps out. So these are what we saw before, nothing new here to report. The line down. So again, this one I've only seen this in the store, and again, this isn't probably useful, but it's useful in nuclear winter. So for those guys obviously that know this, nuclear winter, you can hide pretty well with this one. So I would recommend grabbing this, even if you, like me, you don't really play nuclear winter, you kind of just hide in the bushes. This is a great hide in the bushes pose. They literally can't see you when you have this pose set. So I would grab it. I'm definitely going to grab it on this character. And again, it doesn't, I've only seen it maybe 2 or 3 times since I've started playing, to be honest. So it is one that does not come up too often at all. So if you don't have it, I would grab that one for sure. Especially if you kind of play nuclear winter full time and all the time. I think most of you guys would have that anyway, but for those newcomers, you probably don't. Definitely grab that. And for the other guys like us that don't really play, I mean, I do the challenges. They're pretty easy. Most of them are pretty easy to do. And worthwhile doing to slowly level up. But yeah, grab that. It's probably worthwhile. There you go. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button and consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. It does help me a lot.